Is the UK at a breaking point? Advisor sounds alarm on soaring net migration levels. Ailing workforce, rising tide, how sickness fuels migration. Britain finds itself at a crossroads. Long-term sickness is on the rise, leaving gaps in the workforce. To keep the economy afloat, the country has turned to immigration. This influx of people brings its own set of challenges. Can Britain balance the need for workers with the strain on its resources? The number of Britons unable to work due to long-term health issues is growing. This trend has serious consequences for the economy. With fewer people able to work, businesses struggle to fill vital roles. This labour shortage creates a vacuum. Net migration is now at record highs. Many newcomers fill jobs left vacant by sick Britons. This raises questions about the sustainability of relying on immigration. Is this a temporary fix or a sign of deeper issues within British society? The government must address the root causes of this growing health crisis. Failure to do so will only exacerbate the reliance on immigration. This, in turn, will further strain public services and potentially fuel social tensions. The path forward requires a two-pronged approach, tackling the health crisis and training a homegrown workforce. Migration advisors, balancing act or open door policy? Navigating the complexities of immigration falls to the Migration Advisory Committee, or MAC. This independent body advises the government on migration policy. Their recommendations carry weight, shaping who can work and settle in the UK. But is the MAC striking the right balance? Critics argue that the MAC is too focused on economic benefits. They claim that the committee prioritises filling labour shortages, even in low-wage sectors. This approach, they contend, drives down wages for all and puts pressure on public services. Others defend the MAC's approach. They argue that immigration is necessary for economic growth. Without it, certain sectors like healthcare and hospitality would struggle to function. The debate over the MAC's role highlights the difficult trade-offs inherent in migration policy. There's no easy answer. Balancing economic needs with social cohesion is a constant challenge. The MAC must weigh the needs of businesses against the impact on communities. Their decisions have far-reaching consequences, shaping the very fabric of British society. Healthcare, tech and beyond industries reliant on foreign labour. The impact of high net migration is most visible in certain key sectors. Healthcare, for example, relies heavily on foreign-born nurses and doctors. The NHS, already under strain, would struggle to cope without them. Similarly, the tech industry thrives on global talent. From skilled programmers to software engineers, many tech companies depend on foreign expertise. This reliance on overseas workers raises questions about the UK's ability to train its own workforce. Is the education system equipping young Britons with the skills needed for these in-demand roles? The construction industry also relies heavily on migrant labour. Large infrastructure projects, already facing delays, would grind to a halt without these workers. This dependence on foreign labour, while beneficial in the short term, raises concerns about long-term sustainability. The government must invest in training and education to equip Britons with the necessary skills. Failure to do so will only perpetuate the reliance on foreign labour. This, in turn, could lead to wage stagnation and limit opportunities for British workers. The economic tightrope benefits and burdens of mass migration. The economic impact of high net migration is a topic of fierce debate. Proponents argue that immigrants boost the economy. They point to the fact that immigrants are often of working age, contributing to the tax base and filling labour shortages. This influx of workers, they argue, stimulates economic growth. Opponents, however, highlight the strain on public services. They argue that high immigration puts pressure on housing, healthcare and schools. This strain, they contend, outweighs any economic benefits. The truth likely lies somewhere in between. Immigrants can indeed contribute to economic growth. However, this growth should not come at the expense of social cohesion and the well-being of existing residents. The government must strike a delicate balance. It must ensure that the benefits of immigration are shared by all, not just a select few. This requires careful planning, investment in public services, and a long-term vision for managing migration. Thanks for tuning in to Make Dollars Online. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more tips on building your wealth. Stay smart, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next video.